ladies, how are you? I am excited to be with you all once more as we complete this series on the Solar Plexus Chakra. Today, we will be checking in with the body to see if our Manipura is too open. As we know, this energy is our identity, our self-esteem, and personal power. When this energy is too open, it manifests as an aggressive, self-centered person. More commonly, this symptom is labeled as a big ego. Right away in our posture, our chakra is lifted so high that it creates a sway in the back that is also unbalanced. So symptoms of this condition are overeating and being a poor listener, often disregarding how you affect others. Do you find yourself living by your own rules or blaming others for your life situations? As we know, this chakra is influenced by relationships, and an open chakra will result in you plowing people over. It starts as intimidating, but the boundary, if not set, you tend to be pushy and controlling. The first step in healing this energy is being aware of it. And it's okay that it happens. It doesn't mean that it's coming from a place of malice. In fact, often it comes from extreme caring. But as we explore this chakra, we learn that there is a delicate balance in the chakra to be confident but humble, to not be overpowering nor play the victim, to not be the bully or get bullied. So as you find that you relate to some of these symptoms, let's diagnose it and treat it through yoga. We will relax the spine back towards center and calm the abs. So this practice will have a deep stretching and a very humbling effect. Let's begin. Okay, so let's get started in banana pose, laying all the way down onto our backs. So as we get there, laying down, returning to our mat, our safe space, we are going to set both heels all the way down to the lower left side of the mat. We'll lift our hips and set them over to the right. And our arms will reach out above our head, also reaching out to the left corner of the mat. So this is our banana pose. And with this yellow outfit, it's really feeling banana-y. So we'll cross the right ankle over the left to get an even deeper stretch. We want to make sure that both hips are rested down onto the mat. And we breathe into this pose. We're starting with this stretch to really open up the right side, but also to relax this solar plexus chakra, to stretch it out, to elongate it, and to relax it. Knowing that any of that aggression and control that we might be holding on to is not necessary for us to feel valued or for us to feel loved. So we're gonna let it all go right now in this moment. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, release it all, let it all go. Let's do that again. Breathe in lots of love and reassurance so that you can exhale love as well. One more cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale, we uncross the right foot, and we do that on the other side. So this time we're gonna have both heels to the bottom right corner of the mat. We'll lift our hips up and set it over to the left, and extend our arms to the upper right corner of the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right to intensify here, and then just melt down into the mat. Return to your pranayama with a deep breath in. Exhale, settling even more, opening up the left side body. If you're not quite feeling it, you might want to send the hips even more over to the left. Maybe you're more flexible than you thought. It's nice when we discover little surprises about our body. We'll hold for one more deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll uncross the left leg, return to center here, and go into our happy baby pose, holding on to the soles of the feet. Shine the feet wide. Draw the thighs down towards the chest. Feel the hips slowly lift up. And we hold here for 3 breaths, warming up the hip space. Last inhale, and on the exhale, we extend the legs all the way out. All right, it is time to strengthen this core, the solar plexus, which is such a universal and amazing sound, even just in the name of it, solar plexus. We're gonna strengthen it right here. So we're gonna bring our hands behind our head and do some crunches with some leg lifts. We'll do 10, 1 counting on each side, lifting the right foot up and then the left, keeping the legs fully strong and pointing above you. The higher you reach it up and the more you hover, the more of a workout you'll get. So choose your intensity, but make sure you feel it. Ready? Lift up, right leg up. This will be 10. And down. Up, left leg up, and down is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bridge pose, feet planted on the mat, arms down, roll the hips up to the sky, squeeze through the glutes. Counter all of that strengthening with some relaxation through the upper body. Send all of the heat down to the body. So we engage the core, send the heat down, strengthen through the legs here, push the hips even higher, and breathe. On the exhale, roll down the spine, set the hips down. We're gonna return to our crunches. That was the first set. We're gonna do that 3 times. Be mindful too to be gentle on your neck when you're doing the crunches, that you're not curling the neck in and straining the spine, but more so lifting up the head, the shoulders, and the upper body, and squeezing through the core. So here we go, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Should really be feeling it. Bridge pose. Send the hips up. Counter it. Take all that heat in the core and send it down all the way to the toes. Push down. Beautiful. Hold here for 1 more cleansing breath. And on the exhale, roll down. All right, last set. Here we go, guys. And up and squeeze. Down. 9. Down. 8. 7. Allow it to be a rhythm. 6. 5. Be like a soldier. 4. Marching onward. 3, be diligent. 2, last one, bridge pose. Send that heat down the body. Relax the upper body. Send the blood flow, send the energy down. Squeeze through the glutes. Hold for 1 more breath in. You've got this. Great job. And on the exhale, slowly roll down the spine, set the hips down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a compliment. Beautiful. That is our strength. That is our core and our identity. We want it to be strong, that is for sure. But we also want it to be humble. So we will rock up to a seated position. And coming up, we are going to enter our sequence of humility. Now, the best way to stay humble is with repetitive, hard, simple work. When you are doing something simple and necessary repeatedly and rhythmically, it is hard to have an ego. It's hard to think of self. Instead, you think of the rhythm, you think of the accomplishment, you think of the next step. It's a beautiful way to humble ourselves. So we are going to do that in the following sequence. We're going to start in Cobra, twisting onto our bellies. Hands are engaged down, fingertips are spread wide. And we are going to have a nice back bend, lifting our gaze straight ahead. From here, we're gonna tuck the toes, raise the hips, go straight into our downward facing dog. Stretching out through the legs, curling the tailbone up. Nice deep breath here. On the exhale, walk the feet to the top of the mat, ragdoll fold. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale heavier. Inhale, halfway lift. Our fingertips come to our shins, our back is parallel to the mat. Forward fold once more down, yogi squat. We point our toes out and our heels in, setting our hips down towards our heels. Beautiful. Stack those chakras one on top of the other. Root chakra is down towards the earth. Stack the sacral. Stack now the solar plexus by hugging the upper abs in. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, reach the hands out far behind you. Send the hips towards the wrists. Staff pose. Sitting up nice and tall, working on our posture. Beautiful. Plant the hands down on either side of the hips and raise the hips to the sky, reverse tabletop. Wonderful stretch here through the arms, all the way from the bicep up through the shoulders and the neck. Relax the head down, squeeze the glutes. Beautiful. Lower the hips back down. And then from here, we're going to do a twist. That core is going to engage, twisting around, planting the hands, going straight into a plank. And then lowering our hips down into a cobra. Excellent. We are going to do this sequence 5 times. There is nothing like diligent, hard, repetitive work that can make us more humble. So ready? Gaze straight ahead. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk forward, ragdoll fold. Inhale. Exhale, point toes out, heels in. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, yogi squat. Breathe. Stack the chakras. Hands reach back far and wide. Set the hips back into staff pose. Toes pointed up. Plant the hands, deep breath in. Exhale, reverse tabletop. Rise the hips up. Relax through the neck. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower back to staff pose. Twist to plant for plank. Lower the hips down, cobra. Untuck the toes. Beautiful. 3 more. Inhale. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk the feet forward, ragdoll fold. No distractions, focusing on our work. Toes pointed out, heels in, yogi squat. Hips to the heels, stack the chakras. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands far behind us. Send the hips back, staff pose. Sit up nice and tall. Confidence and humility. Hands planted down, reverse tabletop. Hips rise, relax the neck. Look behind you. Deep breath in. Exhale, set the hips down, staff pose. Twist through the torso, plank pose. Strong through the core. Lower the hips down, cobra. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Notice that in this sequence, we are never standing. Walk your feet to the top of the mat, ragdoll fold. The reason for this is because when we are humble, we have to think about others. We have to know how our actions affect others and to be mindful of our ego. So we will not stand in today's practice, but rather work. Toes out, heels in, yogi squat. Stack the chakras. Deep breath in. Beautiful. On the exhale, hands come wide behind us. Staff pose, send the hips back. Point the toes up. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, reverse the tabletop. Hips to the sky, relax the neck. Last breath in. Exhale to staff pose. Twist through the torso, turn for plank. Strong through the core. This is gonna be our last one. Great job, yogis, you've got this. Cobra, lower the hips down, untuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips high. Inhale. Exhale, walk the feet to the top of the mat, ragdoll fold. Toes out, heels in. Yogi squat. Stack the chakras, deep breath in. Exhale, hands come behind us wide, staff pose, send the hips back. Point the toes to the sky, hands down. Reverse tabletop, lift the hips up, drop the head. Hold your breath here. On the exhale, set the hips down. Twist into our final plank. Drop the knees, child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, find your rest. There is something about doing a simple sequence that is actually very peaceful. Most likely because it is predictable, it is stable, it is consistent. We know what pose comes next, and we are strong in that. There is strength in simplicity. If we feel our ego getting a little too big and starting to affect others, we will return to this space of humility. Take one final breath in, and on the exhale, we rise. Tabletop pose, stacking our knees underneath our hips and our wrists underneath our shoulders. Great job, yogis. From here, let's do a cat and cow sequence. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, point the tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, round. Excellent. See if you can look at your belly button. That is how far we can tuck our chin in towards our chest. 2 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Last one, really explore and stretch through the spine. Inhale, rise. Exhale, empty the lungs. And we return to a neutral tabletop pose. Great job. Let's work on ab strength by hugging the belly button in towards the spine. So as we take a nice deep breath in, on the exhale, hug the navel in towards the spine. Eliminate any sway in the back. Beautiful. Let's add in a toe tuck here and lift the knees. So inhale, we rise. Exhale, we're squeezing the navel towards the spine. Lower down, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, lift and squeeze through the abs. And lower down, beautiful. Let's work on our balance and our focus. So we're gonna extend the left leg out long and parallel to the ground, keeping that left hip tucked down towards the mat. And this time, we're gonna extend the same side. So left arm is going to reach out. So a little bit of a challenging pose here. We'll take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we open up to the side. Left hand rises. Beautiful. Checking for our alignment, looking up at the left hand if it's comfortable. And then we'll go into our tiger pose. Left hand holds on to left ankle and we push into our hand. Nice deep stretch here, holding for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. On the exhale, we release, low lunge. Bring the left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Nice. We rotate our chest down towards the ground and we check for alignment. Wherever we landed doesn't mean that's where we have to stay. We want our left ankle directly underneath the left knee. Our right knee is back behind, giving our hips lots of space to sink. Our gaze is lifted straight ahead and we will breathe for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. On the exhale, walk the hands back, straighten the left leg for our half splits. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, lower the chest down towards the thigh, round through the spine, relax the head and the neck. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, walking our hands back up to the top of the mat and drawing the left foot back, returning to child's pose. We will return to child's pose often in this sequence, especially targeting the solar plexus. If it is too open and our identity starts to intrude on other people's identity, then we're going to need to return to this humbling position often. For many, this is also a position of prayer. And so asking for guidance and asking for help is encouraged. Holding here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, we rise, tabletop pose. Great job, yogis. Let's bring the knees back under the hips and do that sequence on the other side. So this time we're going to extend the right foot back, squeezing through the glute, strong through the legs and the lower body. Keeping that right hip down and parallel to the mat. We're now going to extend the right arm out. Same side extension here. Really gonna have to hug that core in tight in order to maintain this. Hold a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we open up to the right. Right hand extends up towards the heavens. Beautiful. Working on balance and strength. Being open to new opportunities. Tiger pose. Right hand holds onto right ankle. Push into your hand here for an even deeper stretch. Hold for 2 breaths. Last inhale. Exhale to low lunge. Right foot steps all the way to the top of the mat. We check for alignment. I like to sort of inch my toes up a little farther if I need to get my heel directly underneath the knee. Sink those hips down. Enjoy a nice stretch through the front of the left hip. Lift your gaze straight ahead. We'll hold for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. Exhale to halfway split. Straighten that right leg. Wonderful. Walk the hands back. Relax through the toes here. We want to make sure that we are stretching muscles and not nerves. And so as we relax through the toes and lift our gaze, we are keeping our nerve at a comfortable position. This is our sciatic nerve, which is often a point of pain and issues for a lot of people. So we want to make sure that that sciatic nerve is not being overstretched. And that's simply by not flexing the toes and lifting the gaze. Very simple modification here. Lower the chest down towards the thigh. Relax the head and drop the neck here. Holding for 2 breaths. Last inhale. The exhale, we rise, walking our hands forward and drawing that right foot back into child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, melting down. What is it that you say to yourself when you are in these private moments? I hope that what you are saying is encouraging, that it is loving, that it is playful, and that it is contributing to your betterment, to your improvement, that we learn to love ourselves in the way that we talk to ourselves. Holding here for 1 more breath in. On the exhale, we rise, rippling forward onto our belly, bringing our knees straight. And for our Sphinx pose, forearms are planted down onto the ground. Here we lift our gaze and we are going to lift each leg. So take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, lift the left leg up and hover. Lower it down, lift the right leg up and hover. Lower it down, beautiful. We're gonna do that 10 times, 1 on each side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lower all the way back down. We're going to return to that sequence that we practiced earlier in this class. So we'll lift up for Cobra. Tuck the toes, raise the hips for downward facing dog. Ragdoll fold, feet walk towards the top of the mat. Yogi squat, toes out, heels in, lower the hips, down towards the heels, stack the chakra. We're returning to this sequence to make sure that we are humble, that when we think that the practice is over, that the mundane, simple, repetitive work is over, it's not. Sometimes it's just a part of life, and that is a part of humbling ourselves too. Reach the hands all the way back behind you, staff pose, sending the hips down. Flexing the toes up, engaging the full body. Inhale. Exhale, reverse tabletop, send the hips high. Stretch through the shoulders. This should feel really relieving through the shoulders too. Lower back down into staff pose, twisting into our plank. Great job. Strong through the core. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering the hips down, cobra. Last time, downward facing dog. Inhale, ragdoll fold. Yogi squat, toes out, heels in, lower all the way down. Stack the chakras, deep breath in. Exhale, hands behind, staff pose. Reverse tabletop, hips high, head relaxed. Staff pose. Twisting for plank. Cobra. Drop the hips, untuck the toes. Lower the chest all the way down and flip onto our backs. Excellent. Beautiful. We return to a place of rest. All right, we are going to end today's practice with a final strength exercise, the same one that we started with. So our hands will come behind our head for our crunches. We'll lift up the right and then the left 10 times. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bridge pose. Plant the feet. Send the hips high. Relax through the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. Squeeze those glutes and hamstrings. Hold for one more breath in. On the exhale, roll down the spine. Set the hips down. One last session here, hands behind our head, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, here we go, 4, enjoy this final push, 3, 2, 1, excellent bridge pose, give yourself that relief, send all of that energy down the body. Do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it. Hold it. Enjoy it. Feel the energy, yes. And lower all the way down. Awesome job, yogis. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Show yourself some love. You care, we can see that you care. You love, we can see that you love. Setting up a boundary is good for you and it's good for others. It is healing. And we are all about healing and growing and improving. Happy baby pose. Hold the bottoms of your feet, shine them wide for our final hip opener stretch. The sun is really coming out right now. I love it. This is just a beautiful way to end today's practice. And we rest, returning fully extended to our final resting pose of Shavasana. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, the sweet relief. Inhale again. Feeling strong. Exhale, feeling inspired, finding your own place, finding your own identity, your own way to calm yourself down, the uniqueness of your personality. You are awesome, and the world needs to hear you. It needs to see you, it needs to feel you. And with a healthy solar plexus chakra, the world will be enjoying you. Take one final breath in, and exhale, we will relax deeper, preparing for our final affirmations. I care deeply about others, but I allow them to be their own person. I take responsibility for my life and my decisions. I choose to listen and proceed carefully with how I affect others. I practice a gentle spirit and understand that there is a lot of strength in peace. I understand that I am one of many, and the group is more powerful because I am a part of it. Together, we are strong and unique. I am valuable. I am appreciated. I speak kind to myself, not judging and not taking it personal if things don't go my way. I am confident and humble. This will be our mantra. We will repeat it 3 times and then enjoy silence. I am confident and humble. I am confident and humble. I am confident and humble. Take one more deep breath in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Good morning, stretch. Arms reach overhead. And when you're ready, slowly rise to a seated position, meeting in the center of your mat in easy pose. I want to thank you guys so much. This experience has been extremely healing for me. I hope it's been healing for you. Exploring through these chakras, we are 3 in now, and we are going to meet the next one, which is the heart chakra. I'm so excited for that one. I hope that you feel confident in who you are, that you are true to yourself and your identity, and I will see you in the next series. Until then, God bless and namaste.